I'm genuinely not exaggerating when I tell you this video has been requested for 13 years since I started my YouTube channel, and it's all of my favorite boy names that I didn't use. If you're new here, I do have 3 boys myself. Before we get into that, I just want to address this elephant in the room. If you know, you know. If you don't know, we're just going to ignore this, okay? She's not welcome here. Ignore her. So I'm gonna get ready for the day, do my makeup, and I'm going to share with you all of my favorite boy names that I've been holding since I was like 19 years old, and I'm 33 now. I do think it's really important to know the person's name style. So personally, I like slightly unique names. So I'm not necessarily into like the Tom, James, Matts, but I'm also not into like railway, fireplace, apple. You know, I'm like somewhere in between, something unique that gets people thinking, oh, that's a cool name, but like not so unique that maybe the child would be embarrassed about their name, respectfully. I do have 3 boys myself. I have a 7-year-old Fox Ocean, a 4-year-old Malachi Koa, and my 19-month-old Harlow Judah. Let me preface that maybe I don't like many of these names anymore because I've been curating them for so long and like styles change, but I am just gonna share all of them because you never know. I feel like people who watch these videos, you either just love names or you're pregnant and trying to work out what you're gonna name your baby. So even if I don't like it, you may. I did share all of my girl names, I'll link it below here, a year ago. And I just found like coming up with girl names super fun and easy. But when it comes to boy names, I basically hate everything. I feel like there's that fine line of it being like cute and gorgeous when they're little, but strong and masculine when they're older. So I found that balance quite tricky. So everything on my list, I feel, well, I did at some point, feel like it's a good balance between like a beautiful child's name, but like a cool man's name. Obviously, Fox is number 1 on my list, and that's what we called our oldest son, and we had loved that name since me and my husband met and were dating, so feel free to use that name. I love it. But he was almost called River, and I feel like this name is definitely more common now, but I still love it. I feel like it's a really cool, like edgy boy's name, and I actually got it from My Scene dolls. If you guys remember these dolls, there was like the Ken doll was named River, and I just thought he was really cool. I wanted this name so bad, but Kurt didn't like it, and it's Maxie with an I. Max. It's like my version of James. You know, it's like timeless and kind of old school, but I think it's strong and just edgy. And like lots of Maxes I know, or like Maxie. You know where I got Maxie from? The Bondi lifeguard from Bondi Rescue. I just think like he was so cool and fun and really nice. Maxie with an I. Edgy, but playful. Okay, I don't stand by this one now, but I liked Marley. And then under that, I have Marlowe. So we used to live in an apartment on a place called Marlowe Road, and I'd always loved the name Marlowe. I still kind of like it, but it's a little bit softer than my 3rd baby named Harlow. We were actually going to call Harlow Milo. I have lots of lows here, so here's a few names in one little story. We were going to call Harlow either Marlo or Milo, and he in our heads was called Milo for like 3 months or so, and then Kurt randomly came home and said it was too soft. He thought like once Harlow was, I don't know, like a full-grown man, that Milo is too soft for him. So we ended up looking up strong, unique baby names, and Harlow actually means Army Hill. We also thought it just gave this kind of like surf culture, chill vibe, Harlow, but with that strong undertone. So if you like Marley, Marlo, Milo, then consider Harlow for a boy, because I know there's a lot of Harlow girls, but Harlow is actually a unisex name. Okay, I have Ash and Dash. I don't stand by Dash anymore, but maybe you like that. I've always loved Ash. What was that show? I used to watch How to Get Away with Murder or something, and there was a boy named Asher. I also love that it's a biblical name. We are Christian, so I love when I gravitate or resonate with a biblical name. So we did consider Asher for a while, but I just think Ash for a boy is, again, really short and cool. I do like short names. I feel like a lot of people like A names. So 2 of my A names are Air. I know you're gonna hate that. Air and Austin. One of my friends has an Austin and she calls him Aussie, and he's the cutest little sporty, spunky boy. So I think Austin, it gives me like old money, classy energy, and Aussie is like that spunky nickname. In Australia here, we love a nickname. Like even if your name is Fox, no one calls him Fox, he's Foxy. Or like Malachi, he's Mally or Moo. So I liked Air because I like nature kind of names, but like I don't really stand by that anymore, but you might like it. Skylar. I went through a phase of loving Skylar. I don't know, I kind of like a name that can be a little bit unisex, but like on a cool, like surfy boy. I was just imagining I was gonna have surfy boys, which I've ended up having. Skylar. I think it's cool. I also love Sparrow, which I got from Nicole Richie. She also has a Harlow, but I don't like to say it. I like the idea of it. I like the look of it as a name, but like Sparrow, I don't like the sound of it, but you might like that. Next up, Storm. Harlow was so close to being Harlow Storm, but now he's, Harlow Judah. Storm, I think I like it better as a middle name. Leo, I still love this name. I know it's not unique and there's a lot of Leos out there, but I love Leo, Leonardo. Calling your son Leonardo, but then like referring to him as Leo, I love that. I would still call my son Leo. Oakley, I don't love this anymore, but Fox was almost Fox Oakley instead of Fox Ocean. So if you like the cadence or like the look of Ocean, but it's a little bit too like weird, maybe you'll like Oakley. Kobe, Koa, and Kai. Kurt loved Kobe. He was really batting for Kobe when we were having Malachi. I like it. I love it actually. I just preferred Malachi. And then I think Kurt maybe wanted Kai more than Malachi. So we were like, you know what, we'll call him Malachi because I like the longer name for him. It's a biblical name. It means messenger of God. And then we can just refer to him as Kai. We have never called him Kai in our life. Like it was our full plan to just like call him Kai, but then on his birth certificate, he's Malachi. But he came out and he is Mumu. Like we just call him Mumu or Mally or Mallymoo, but he calls himself his full name, Malachi Koa Tills. Koa, I obviously love. Here on my list, I have Koa, but in Malachi's middle name, we added a H on the end. I think it just adds a softness. Did we? Koa. Oh my gosh, no, he's Koa. Oh my gosh, I'm so sick. I'm having a mind blank. Malachi Koa, we didn't put a H on the end of his, did we? Koa.
Yeah, KOA.
Oh my gosh, what is, okay, bye.
Bye.
Do you know what? Because there's two boys in Foxy's school that are Koah, and I wanted that, and Kurt was like, no, Koa. Don't judge me. I am such a good mum. I'm like, with Koa. Wow. Don't act like you've never done that. Okay, Milo, as I said, I did love that name, but I don't know. I just can't imagine Milo when you're 40, but I do love it. Next is a name that I can't say that I regret not calling my sons this name because I love all of their names. But if I was to have a fourth son, I would just like make it this name because all three of my boys, I wanted to call them this name. There was always a reason that we didn't, and it's Gabriel. Oh, I remember why. We don't like Gabe. And in Australia, like I said, you can ask to be called your full name and like request that. It is never going to happen. You cannot make fetch happen. If your name is Gabriel in Australia, everyone's calling you Gabe. And I was trying to think of like a different nickname we could call him. I was like, could we call him like Riel or like Ree? I just couldn't work it out, but I love Gabriel. Again, a biblical name. If you're having a boy, can you please call him Gabriel and like nickname him something else and let me know what you did because like I'm obsessed. Gabriel. I also liked Rome and Roman. When I was naming Malachi, Rome was having a moment, and I feel like there are so many Romes around me now. So I feel like when Malachi starts kindergarten, it's gonna be like Rome P, Rome F, Rome J. I would have really tried to get Rome more if there wasn't more around me. Also on my list, I have Kova and Nakoa. Kova is actually this gorgeous little girl that Fox did jujitsu with, and I thought maybe that name could be unisex. Now that I know her, I'm like, oh, Kova is like, that's such a beautiful girl's name, but I don't know, maybe you could have it as a boy. Nakoa, I don't love it anymore. I like it as a name, but I feel like it just wouldn't suit my boys. Mackay, spelt 2 or 3 different ways. I was inspired by my husband Kurt's birthplace. He was born in Mackay, Queensland, and it's a really special place to him. His grandparents had this beautiful rainforest farm there, and he talks about it all the time. So I pitched Mackay to him, and he was like, ew, why would we call it the place Mackay? So I don't know. But if you're not familiar with the place Mackay, I think it's a cool name to consider. Shia. I love Shia. I unfortunately feel like Shia LaBeouf has really grabbed onto that name. I mean, it's his name, but like as soon as you say Shia, a lot of people think of that actor. But if you don't, then definitely consider Shia. Cool. Skylar, Shia, really cool. I don't stand by this name. I had Nija on the list. I don't know. Coda, love Coda. Casey, I feel like you're gonna love or hate Casey. Casey gives me like bad boy vibes, which is also why I didn't push for Casey more. Kurt actually doesn't like Casey, so it wasn't gonna happen for us anyway. It just gives me cool skate vibes. Judah. Kurt really wanted Harlow's name to be Judah, so we settled as the middle name, but like I love Judah. It means praise. Next are 2 two place names that I love. I wanted this name so badly, but I just like wasn't sure with like the climate. The two place names I love are Israel and Paris. So Israel I got from the football player Israel Folau, and I just wasn't sure if there was like these blonde surfy boys named Israel. I don't know. I don't want to offend anyone, but I would have nicknamed him Izzy. I think like Israel and Gabriel are like two of my favorite names that I haven't used. I love it. And then when we were on holidays, we met this family who had a son named Paris, and he was 13, and he was just like really cool, really chill. He kind of made me love the name Paris. Kurt was not on board at all, but Paris for a boy, I think it's pretty unique. Another name that Kurt hated, but I thought was really cool, but it was never going to be our boy's name because Kurt literally dry reached when I said it. Monroe. Like if that's not a preppy, old money, rich boy's name, Monroe, I love it. Ezekiel, and I did love that it was a biblical name, so there's another one for you. Madden, like Joel Madden, Benji Madden from Good Charlotte. The name Madden, I feel, is so cool. Kurt just didn't understand where I was coming from. He thought it was the weirdest name. Please, someone call their son Madden, or if you have a Madden or no one, comment below because I think it's the coolest name ever. Valentine, oh, you guys know, if you've been here from the start, Fox's name was going to be Fox Valentine. Anyway, Kurt ended up not liking it, but I think Fox Valentine is one of my favorite names. Valentine, Val, oh, I love it. Rain, R-E-I-G-N, again, another Kardashian name, but I just think like short, sweet, but strong and powerful. Rain, Hart, H-A-R-T. I don't think I would actually call my son Hart, but I do like the name. Indigo and Diego. I love Indigo, and to call him Indy. I love Indy for a boy or a girl, but like Indigo. Unfortunately, again, Kurt didn't like it. I feel like that's like the story with a lot of women's unique names. The boys, like the dads are like, what the heck is happening? But Indigo, if you can use that, please do. Diego, I do like. I like it more because of Ice Age. Diego, he's so cool. But if I had to pick, it would be Indigo. Okay, another version of Izzy, instead of doing Israel, is Isaiah. We were super, super close to calling Malachi Isaiah, or it being like Malachi Isaiah. I love Isaiah, and you can either call him Zai or Izzy. Also in the biblical realm, I love Zion, like Mount Zion. It's such a strong, fierce name, but we do have one of Foxy's close friends named Zion, so I feel like he now is Zion, but like, oh, Zion, Izzy. Okay, I feel like I'm not ending on a banger, but the last one I have is Kale. K-A-E-L. I didn't like fully go out to bat for it because I don't love it, and I was scared people would be like, kale, like the vegetable. I don't know. I have met a boy named Kale recently. Actually, I know two, and they're both really cool. So I'm like, Kale's like a cool name in my head. I feel like whoever you meet really dictates that name and like sets the scene in your head. So it could even be like a really basic name, but if that person's cool, I'm like, oh, a cool name. So I'm hoping my boys will do that with their names as well. I feel like they do. But names are so subjective and unique, and I binge watched all of these videos when I was pregnant with my boys, particularly boy names. I just find them very difficult. So I'm hoping if you are pregnant and looking for a name, one of these has resonated with you, or you can like play off it. If you did enjoy this video, then please give it a thumbs up and comment because it really supports my channel and helps me out. Hopefully the next time you see me, I can use all 10 fingers. But if you want to know what's happening, then definitely watch my vlogs because I'll be updating you soon. But I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!